Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. A very good evening. I'm Reema Shine from the eLearning Center at Jazan University. Today, we will have an open and practical talk about how teachers can use the data to make teaching decisions that truly help students. Think of this session not as just technological training, but as teaching with insight. Each click, quiz, login inside Blackboard, for example, tells a little story about how our students are learning. When we put those stories together, we can see where they are motivated, where they are struggling, and where we can help. By the end of today's session, I want you to feel comfortable reading that story, not as a data analyst, but as a caring teacher who know how to listen to what the numbers are saying. So, before going towards the details about the what today we will talk about, the topic itself is very much explaining that we will talk about the learning analytics that should be just not about just analytics, and we can see we need to know about how we can make that learning analytics too towards decision. So this is our one complete path. To follow this path, I have one agenda to just make a flow between the session and make a connectivity between the knowledge and the practical steps. So here our journey will go that we will start with what the learning analytics really actually mean it and why it's becoming so important in education. Then we will look at how education system around the world are adopting it and what results they are seeing. Next, we will explore high impact use cases, the real examples of how data helps teachers, supporting at risk students, improving lessons, and supporting personalized learning. After that, we will discuss some dashboards, metrics, tools like Power BI or Blackboard Analytics, and some artificial intelligence tools, the AI tools. So, towards the end, we will talk about the predictive models, ethics, and privacy, and then a short roadmap on how you can start small. We all finish with some quick ones and an activity to help you to apply what you have learned and sound so you have a one complete journey. So sound good? So now we are going to let's begin this journey from the very start in the basics that what is the definition of learning analytics. So, what exactly is the learning analytics? Simply put, it's like whenever you think about or just see this analytics, the measurements, collections, analysis, and reporting of a learner data to understand and improving learning. That's coming to your mind very fast time. So every action a student takes in an online class, watching a video, submitting an assessment, joining a discussion, create data. When we analyze that data, we start seeing the patterns. Who's active, who's silent, who's improving, who is just falling behind. For example, imagine two students like Sarah logs in the daily and the finish task on time, for example, and the other student who just logs in once a week and misses the deadlines. Learning analytics highlights that gap for you instantly so you can reach out to that student which is just laying fall behind that early instead of waiting until the exam week. So let's discuss about some of the high impact use cases. Okay, we do have a one tutorial which will give you a very detailed explanation about what actually the learning analytics, how it will work, how it shows, how you can access it. But before that, I need some discussion on it. That the learning analytics comes alive when we use it to take actions. One of the biggest impact is early intervention. identifying students who might struggle before they actually fail. For example, if a student hasn't logged in for 5 days, and the system can send you an alert, a quick message such as, for example, "Hi Aisha, I noticed you haven't joined class lately. Is everything okay?" often makes a huge difference. Other powerful uses include the personalized learning path, where students get extra material on topic they find difficult, and course improvement, where the teachers see which part of their lessons work well and which need revisions. Analytics help us to move from reacting to preventing. So let's have a look of the complete understanding about the learning analytics. I do have a one quick tutorial to make you understand it quickly and visually, that you can see that how the learning analytics actually works.
Learning analytics collects and analyzes data generated by learners during their interactions with online and offline learning environments. It serves to optimize learning and leveraging decision making related to learning, teaching, and educational management.
So you can see that the decisions are not only for the students, there are a different categories you can see. These analytics is not specifically for the students. You can make a decisions according to the analytics for the learners, for the students, but you can also use that for improving your teaching. And also the whole education system can also be improved by these kind of analytics.
The four key elements of learning analytics are data, people, learning, and management. Common data sources are log data, student characteristics, prior educational background, and academic performance, just to name a few. Learning analytics is enabled by data, but it is not to be driven by data. Learning analytics is about leveraging human decisions. It is about learners, and it should benefit learners. It is most commonly used by teachers to identify learning difficulties and opportunities for learning support and the improvement of curriculum design. It is also meant to be used to provide learners.
Okay, are you facing some echoes issue? Everyone is facing this issue? Maybe because of my mic. Okay, let me close this one. So here is a very quick overview about the learning analytics and how it's made up of the data. Then you collected the data from the different sources, like we have one elements that is Blackboard. We do have features in a Blackboard. In the further slides we will discuss that how we can find out the analytics of course in Blackboard, and what other options we do have. Just getting that numbers or spreadsheets is not enough. We need to make a decision on it, but decision is can't made by just for the the Excel sheet. We can't just figure out how there is a lot of numbers. We can't figure out that how it will be work. So here I'm going to tell you about this is we are not just talk about the numbers. We will make it in a very productive way. We will use some tools which make to help us to make a decision. So if we have a one data and have nothing, we can't make any decisions, so it's mean it's useless. But if you are still confused what it is and how it will be work and how it's beneficial for you as a teacher or educator or even a education, so don't worry. I will go with the one flow and I will tell you the practically how it will going to work with us. Okay, now let's move towards the next one. Data sources and key metrics. Basically, we need to understand about first of all about the data sources, which kind of data sources we need, because anything you have to do, there is some prerequisites. You must have something to perform something to make a decision. First of all, you should have some building blocks. So where does all this data come from? Mostly from our LMS activities, the log student grades, attendance records, service. Okay, the Blackboard automatically record the logins, clicks, time spent on tasks, and assessment results. So we do have a Blackboard, we are using it. So now let's move towards to know that the dashboards take these long list of numbers and turn them into a very colorful charts that make sense at a glance, you say. You can instantly see who's engaging, who's missing the assessments, and what topic are causing trouble. For teacher, focus on simple metric first, like login frequency, average quiz score, and the time spent on course pages. These three along call tell you the 80% of the story about the student engagement. So we need to know about these all activities. Okay, you can see that we do have this source a purpose that is related to the LMS system. We do have some of the metrics. We do have some of the dashboard, which will help us to convert our data to a very productive and meaningful way. So productive models, ethics and governance, that is the very important. If you are using anything for making a very much productive decisions, when we are talking about the decisions, there must be some kind of the models we have to follow, some ethics we have to follow, and some governance need to be implemented on it. Once we have enough data, we can start predicting trends. Predictive models use past behavior, attendance, participations, grades to warn us if a student might fail or drop out, but with that power comes responsibility. We must handle data ethically, like always with transparency and respect. Students should know what data we collect and why. For instance, we might tell them that your activity data help us to identify when to offer extra support. Governance means that setting clear rules, who sees the data, how long we keep it, and how it protected. When students trust the process, they become our partner in using the analytics to improving the learning procedure. Let's move toward the implementation roadmap, that how we will be able to implement it. So starting with analytic doesn't need to be very complex. Okay, begin with a data audit and see what Blackboard already collects. Build on prototype dashboard that tracks something simple like assessment submissions. Next, we need to make a one pilot. It is one class or one group of students. Observe the results of few weeks, note what patterns appears, and then discuss them with colleagues, and finally evaluate, iterate, and scale. Add new metrics gradually, and maybe attendance next, and then quiz performance in it. So the secret is to start from the small, and then you have to celebrate or grow it towards the wins. So grow confidence step by step. So the procedure of data collection and analysis through the LMS, that your Blackboard system already has built-in tools to help you. To course activity report is one of the most valuable. It shows who's active, how long they spend, and their average grades. For example, if you see a student with low activity hours and low scores, that's an early sign to intervene, and you can message that student directly from the report. That no need, no open to just separate emails. You can just directly send them a message. You can also congratulate top performance and even download the whole table in a you have to just download in an Excel file format for the further study. These small habits, checking report weekly, keep you connected with your student progress in real time as well. So let's have a look about the Blackboard, that how we will be able to access the course just activity report. And you all are much familiar with the Blackboard Learn Ultra. Now we are just using the new version of Blackboard, which is upgraded, which is just connected with the many new features, and also the some AI features also available there. So let's have a look that how we will be able to get that. As you know, when you open your course, there is here's the course name. There will just a one complete bar. You can select here the option of the analytics, and then you can see the course report here. So you can just open the course activity lab. This is important. Then you will be just see the different list of that activity reports. That there is a different all the students which is connected here, and all their activities is appear here. You can see it very clearly. So you can convert this visual thing to a graph as well. You will see the just scatter plot with the grades on the y-axis, and the hours spent in the course on the x-axis. Each dot represent a student. If you notice, several dots make a cluster, and in the lower left corner, the low hours and the low grades. So you can also send a directly message for instantly to make them alert that and also the data update every 24 hours. If it's fresh, you can also export the chart as a PDF for sharing in a faculty meeting, or attach the progress report. And quickly, you can see the visual snapshot of your class learning health as well. You can see, you can just export these kind of the Excel sheets as well. You can send directly the messages to them as well. In a table form, you can collect the data. So you can see this is a graph which is just scatter plot, and you can see the different dots. Each dot have a meanings related to the data. To make it more understand, I have a one demo that you will learn that how you can get these analytics, which is already built in the Blackboard system, and you can utilize it.
Instructors take pride in seeing their students succeed, but also feel their pain when they fall behind. Blackboard is working to increase the visibility of student performance, so instructors are aware of the students who need more attention and can take action before it's too late. Student performance is most recognizable during grading opportunities and is also reflected in a student's overall grade. But often, it's too late to have an impact by the time grades are posted. Blackboard makes it easy to monitor the progress of your students and their assessments. On any assessment, instructors can open the activity panel to see which students have submitted, which ones have only started, and which students might be falling behind. And if you need to, it's easy to send those students a message.
So you can see that you just click on the actually which student you need to be sent a message. There is a one pop-up here from the right side, and you can write a message and directly send to them.
While current activity can help instructors identify problems with specific grading opportunities, it doesn't help them get ahead of potential problems. That's why we've integrated predictive analytics right into the classroom. At any moment, instructors can find out which students are performing well and which students are at risk. Blackboard's predictive analytics allow you to view the risk profile of a particular student, taking into account their grading performance and classroom activity compared to their classmates, so you can spot potential issues before they turn into insurmountable problems. And because the workflows are integrated, faculty can arrange to meet one-on-one with a student either in person or via their Collaborate room. At Blackboard, we know that faculty feel personally responsible for the outcome of their students. That's why we're giving them the tools to identify problems and intervene before it's too late.
So now you can understand very well that how you will be able to open the analytics area, the activity related to all which performing by the assessments, the quiz, these all things, and you can get this very colorful graphs which will give you a very clear picture about the students' improvement as well. Now I'm giving you another idea. Okay, the Blackboard, we have a Blackboard, but there is some of not you can perform things personally, like if you want to just about the assessments, if you want to merge all the graphs together or like this. So there is not very much diversity in it, Blackboard. So I'm giving you another view of how you can perform it. We have a one Microsoft Power BI tool, and we do have also the another one that is a Tableau. So you can use it. I will tell you the step by step how you can use it, and then I will show you practically that show you from the website that how it will look like. Okay, now I'm going to move to the dashboard of Power BI. After the login, the free login, you can do it. You can just simply log in by your university email, and going through the you enter the password, then you will go to the authenticator to authenticate it, and then you will be see this kind of dashboard in front of you. This is a Power BI dashboard. So you can simply log in by your email ID. Here is the option of the create. You can just click on a create, and you can create the different, you can say different categories are here. You can create with the Power BI. Okay, I choose the upload Excel file. I just choose the option of Excel file. Here is the option of upload file. So I click on upload. The Excel file, where I get this Excel file. Excel file, basically when you open up the Blackboard, the analytic tab, there is one option of a download the data about the students in an Excel file. So you maybe you are used to do this for your record, that you just record the reports of all the students in a Excel file. That Excel file can be very useful for you by using the Power BI. So you can see that now it's uploaded here. I will just click on the next one. Okay, I select the sheet here, which is I just uploaded. I select that atom. So it's get processing, the loading of all data and preparing it. And then here you go. Here is the inside of the dashboard. You can see here is a different variety of the graphs are available. Here is the option of sheet. You can just click on it, and then you can select the data. like this. You can see all the columns of sheet is appear here. You can select which columns you need to show in front of you as a graph, like the quiz score, assessment score, or attendance, or the other any discussion scores and other things which is important for you to see that the actually the performance of a student related to this course. Even you can upload the multiple courses in it, multiple sheets, and you can merge the graph like this. So you can choose a different graphs categories from here, and you can create a report like this. You can just use another graph as well. Here is also option of a download. This one you can also share. Just click on a share button, and then you click on the PDF. You can just save it as a PDF form, so you can export the PDF very easily. And here is one option of download icon. When you click on it, there is the option of download free for desktop. You can just download this for Power BI for free for the desktop, and you can use it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I will show you the real environment of Power BI. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Just write one message that you can see my screen. You can see my this browser. Yes, perfect. Okay, where we are. Okay, this is a Power BI. I just log in by my university email, and you can see that it's have a collaboration with the teams as well. The Power BI have a collaboration with the teams. If I click on open in a Teams, it will be connected with my Teams account as well. I don't need it right now, so for this one, I need a new report. You can just explore it, explore it. See, I do have one this report, so it's appear here. My workplace is here. Anything I do work, it will become up here. And here is the option of create. I click on a create. I do just get the data. I have an Excel, so this preview paste manually if I want to enter the data, or yes, I can choose any kind of the model for just show up my data. So here's another option: download the desktop app. The desktop app you can also download. As I'm using this from MacBook, so it's giving me option of this application. So you just click here, and you can also get the option here, Power BI desktop. So you can freely download and install it. Okay, if I just click on this Excel one, you can see there is an option of connection between your data. So you can just put here any SharePoint link as well, the OneDrive link as well. If your file is in a OneDrive, you just browse from there. Because you are logged in here by your Microsoft ID, so it will be giving you option to also browse the OneDrive. So I need to just click on the upload file. For example, I just upload this file here. I do have this Excel one, and I here is a connection. Yes, we are creating a new connection. I just give a name of connection. This is the organization ID. Okay, so you can see the connection with the SharePoint with my design university ID. So I just click on next. Here it's uploaded. I click on a sheet. See, here is the data related to my students. This is a one course data. See, you can final course, midterm assessments. So I do need a meaningful way to understand it. So I just click on a create. It will be loading here. giving you a different varieties in front of you, that you can use the different applications, you can explore on your data, that how you can make a different kind of charts, and how you can analyze your data. You have a very well understanding about your data, that what actually you need, what actually it should show in front of you to understand about the any kind of any student, about the course. This is basically, this will give you a clear idea about the course, about your course. You can after that make a decision that your course is going well, no. You can just make a different filters here, you can choose the hierarchy different to just show up like this. So you have a different variety here, you can make a decision accordingly. So this is one of the tool which is giving you a very clear and very interesting way to visualize your data. And then you can easily understand how many percentage is okay for me, for students attendance towards this course, the quiz, the other things. You can make some decision on it. And after just viewing this one, you can just click on a share. You can just simply save this report as well to my workplace. I just want to click on a save, uh, give a name. Okay, and just I just save. It will be saved on my workplace, and also you can download. So you can see the clear, and then here is the option of share, and then you. Okay, I just need to be login again for this. Okay, this is all about how you can make a different kind of the graphs, and how you can use the Power BI. So this is another tool that we need to talk about. That is a Tableau, that you can also log in by your email, which is your organization email. You can enter your detail, and then you will be able to get into the Tableau, and you can perform a different task. You can convert your numbering data into a visual form to make a different decisions. So I'm just put some of the options in front of you rather than the Blackboard. We are not just stick with the Blackboard. Okay, we need to be use the all the features which Blackboard is giving us, and the features of Blackboards are also very advanced and very productive. But you have other option as well to analyze your data and make a decisions. So let's move towards our presentation again. Now we will talk about some of the artificial intelligence courses. Sorry, we will talk about some of our artificial intelligence tools which are need to help us to analyze our data, and also help us to make a decision as well. Okay, until let's open the presentation again, I want to share another tool which is very important, and it's an artificial intelligence tool, and also it's connected with the Microsoft 365. And I want to tell you that you can log in the Microsoft 365 office.com. You just write office.com, enter by your email ID, which is your design university email ID, and then you enter your password, and then you will be get the authenticator alert. And after entering that one, you will be able to use all the features of Microsoft 365 free. So Microsoft 365 also give us opportunity to use AI tool, that is a Copilot. So this is by the Microsoft 365. So you can see that here is I just opened the Microsoft 365 Copilot. I need to show you that we have artificial intelligence. You can say that here you can do the same thing which I'm just telling you about with this website tool, that you can do the or BI, the all details you can also do with artificial intelligence tool as well. And also it will help you to create graphs. It will help you to give different suggestions. You can make a decisions on it. You can get the very clear idea about it. So I just upload that sheet here. Same, I uploaded it there, and I asked to analyze this text and make suggestions on how to improve it. Also show it visual graphs. AI education. This is the file which I uploaded. Okay, after analysis, it's giving me some of the analysis about it. Give me some suggestion about it. Okay, and there is a summary. So I asked about just create a detailed dashboard about this. So after an analysis of data, after just creating the graph analysis, it's asked me, you need to be create a Power BI or Tableau ready file for me, or a professional summary report for with the recommendation. So I said, build a predictive model for scores. After doing some analysis on it, it's make this kind of graph for me, which is giving me a complete idea about the scores, any scores like assessment score, quiz scores, midterm, final, midterm, quiz 2. So all the detail which is related to the scores are here, and also give me some implications about this, and give me a suggestion that which is good or not, which is you can make the improvement there or not. The best part is you can also get, if you are related to the computer sciences, or if you know little bit about the coding, you can ask any kind of the graph from it. You can ask them to create a model which giving you a one complete dashboard to show you all your data, visual, even interactive, because it will give you the complete code, and then you will be able to just you will be able to create a complete dashboard by the code. So this is a maybe a little bit specific department, you can say, but you can use this as well. Okay, let's back towards our presentation. We talk about some artificial intelligence tools. We talk about some other tools, Power BI, the Tableau. We talk about the Blackboard Analytics reports. So we have different varieties in front of us to understanding. Okay, I'm just going back towards the flow that we were talking about. You are now much familiar about the different tools, and you can create it very well. But there is a one suggestion that whenever you are using any kind of the AI tools, platforms like the Microsoft Copilot, the ChatGPT advanced version, or any open machine learning just tool, you need to be verified twice, because there is ambiguity. There is some chances of they just make the data a little bit confused. So the human focus must be there. You need to be just focus on it, that the data is correct. You have to be go through again from it, that you just not completely 100% depend on that any kind of tool, even you are making by the Power BI or any other. So you have to check twice that it's okay or not. Okay, so we talk about the Microsoft Copilot in detail. I just show you up how I just engage with it. I get the visual graphs from it, and I can also download it. See, you can just completely download that picture, which is in HD form, and you can just use it in your decision making. So for the implementation and engagement, we need to be start with the pilot projects, and then you have to train our faculty and the scale institutions very widely, that the implementation of such kind of things need to be a very clear and very practical things. Like we can't give this thing to anyone who is not trained already. So achieve the quick wins with the automated attendance dashboard, or simply in analytics we can do it, and also ensure the just gradual adoption of supported by the continuous evaluations. Like we already had the different kind of LMS, we evaluate it, and now we are here that we are using a Blackboard Learn Ultra, which is using a very interesting AI features which can help the educators very much, and also help the students as well to get their course details and other things very quickly. I hope you are using the AI features of Blackboard Ultra, and you are using that in assessments, making an assessments and making a quiz, making quiz bank. You are using different related to that one. And now we have to move to know about the market adoption and snapshot in front of you. We need to know about that how the other one seeing this picture. Like we as educationists, we are talking about the analytics, which is just helping us to improve our students or institutions. So we need to know that what is actually the other market and the other in the other you can say in industries like education industries or any other industry, they are adopting this techniques or not, how they are just performing it. So learning analytic is not just a trend. It's becoming a global standard now around the world. Universities are investing very heavily in the analytics because it helps improve students' retention and the teaching quality as well. So reports shows that institutions using the dashboard and predictive systems have seen up to like 20 to 30% improvement in student success rate. So we can say that in design university as also we seeing the shift, like I explained in front of you, that we just shift from the different LMS systems, and the more teachers are starting to explore the Blackboard data, trying the Power BI and using the AI tools to understand the class participation. So this the best part is there is not IT project. They are not just we can say this is not related to just a technology, just a data analyst or these kind of things, but they are education initiatives led by the teachers like you. So remember, this is all improving the students experience. As analytics grows, our focus remains the same: the supporting learning, boosting engagement, and the helping every students reach their potential. The first big step, you can say that the success story about the student, the first big use case of the learning analytics of student success. Imagine being able to identify a struggling student before they even ask for help. For example, if the student hasn't submitted assignments for 2 weeks or has stopped logging in, the LMS can flag them automatically. So you can then check in with a short message: I noticed that you haven't have active lately, and is there something wrong or I can help you with? So another example is personalized reminder. These are called the personalized reminders. Systems like Blackboard can send automatic messages to students based on their activity. So a student who has not opened the lectures video might receive a reminder to review it before the quiz. And these small kind of things can be encourage students to stay engaged. And there's adaptive recommendations. While AI suggests specific activities for improvement after a quiz, a system might tell a student you missed a question about the topic, any topic. So here's an extra practice exercise. So this help them focus on what they are really need rather than redoing the entire lesson. I told you before that we are not just talking about the student success, student improvement. Here we are also need to be focused on the teacher training, teacher improvement as well. Learning analytics also help the teachers like reflect on their own practices have you ever wondered which part of your course students find most difficult? So analytics show you exactly that. For example, if 80% of the class scored low on quiz 2, maybe the topic need extra explanation or different approach. So we can also use the engagement heat maps to see which part is need to be more focused. In one case, a teacher discovered the most students were skipping the key video. After just shorting it from 20 minutes to 8, and engagement doubled. So this is kind of things you need to make a decisions after just getting that data into a visual forms, and then you will be able to make a decision by yourself. So you can also experiment with the some of the testing, that is trying two teachers method in the same topic, and one group watches a lecture, another group joins a discussion, and you compare their quiz results. This kind of evidence based reflections help teachers to continuously improve their teaching strategies. So let's talk about the learner empowerment. Data analytics does not just help the teachers, students, it empowers the students too as well. When students can see their own data, they take more responsibility for learning. Dashboards that show progress bar, complete tasks, upcoming deadlines encourage students to plan better. For instance, if the students see they have completed 60% of module, they will feel motivated to finish the rest. And we are not saying this just by the word. The research basically prove it that the retention of the students, and there is a different metrics of we need to be applied to actually get how we can improve the retention of the students. So skill gap visualizer also helpful. The show which area a student is strong and the where they need improvement. Imagine a chart showing that a learner excels in problem solving but struggle in theory questions. That might be insight helpful both the student and the teacher to focus on the sport where it's needed. So finally, reflection prompts can help students think about their learning, and a weekly AI generated questions like what topic was most challenging this week encourage students over time and learn how to learn. And that's true power of analytics. That's the actually true power of analytics. So we do have an instructor dashboard. You can see here is some of the heat maps in front of you, and we can see that the let's now talk about some dashboards in actions. You see there for teachers, like dashboards are like mirrors now that reflect the health of the classroom. They combine the attendance, participations, grades into one easy to read picture. With one glance you just can see who's excelling and who's just not engaging, and what area need to be more attention. The heat maps are each just especially useful. Why? Because they use the colors to show activity levels. For example, green cell might represent the high active students, while the red shows inactivity. A quick scan tells you exactly where to focus your support. So you can even filter by activity type like quizzes and discussions to identify the trends. So the key is to check your dashboard regularly. Just in a 10 minutes a week can just give you a powerful insight into a student progress. Think of it's your teaching assistant, and also quietly showing you what's working and what's not. Student dashboard, you can see in front of you the student dashboard. For student dashboard creates the visibility and motivation. When learners are see their progress visually through graphs and completions of bars and grades, so they become more proactive. It's similarly to film just fitness app. For example, when you see you have reached 80% of your goal, you are more likely to finish strong. So there are another effective features that automatically reminders like you haven't attempted this weak quiz, or your participation is below average, encourage actions without pressure. These small pushes build self discipline and keep students on track. Empowering students with their own data changes their attitude. Instead of waiting for the teachers to point out a problem, they can self correct. Over time, this foster independent, motivated learner who take the charge for their success. So we do already have some of the tools we discuss here is in front of you a complete dashboard. The some tools combines the both perspective, the teachers and the students into a unified system. For example, the Blackboard Analytics or Power BI dashboards can show the overall course trend for teachers while allowing students to see the personalized progress as well. So teacher can explore the drill downs and going from general trend to individual details, like which student missed the most deadlines and which assessments took the longest to complete. Meanwhile, students can also see their standing compared to the class average, like motivating them to improve. So the goal is not compare or judge, it's to support. When both the teacher and the student have access to the same information, it creates transparency, the trust, and a sense of responsibility for the learning. Predictive analytics and early warnings. Predictive analytics like takes a dashboard one step further. It helps us to look ahead, which is actually the basic purpose of it, which is actually useful purpose of it. For example, combining the attendance quiz scores and the participation data that can be produced a risk score that predict which student might fail or drop out. This gives teachers the chance to intervene early. Early interventions don't have to be complex. A simple email, a short check in a meeting, or encouraging message can change the outcome of a struggling student. In fact, research shows that timely communication improves retention significantly. So, however, the prediction must be validated regularly. If the system keeps flagging students inaccurately, we need to adjust our criteria, data support, our judgments, but it should never replace the teacher's human understanding and empathy. Ethics and privacy. These are the also most important things. Now let's touch on most important part, that is ethics. Using data responsibility, like responsibly build a trust between the teachers and the students. The first rule is transparency, like always inform student about what's being tracked and why. For example, you can say that we use the course data to identify area where we can support your learning better. The second rule is consent, that students should feel comfortable knowing they can ask questions about how their data is used. In the open communication, create a culture of respect. When learners trust you, they are more likely to engage honestly and actively. And finally, keep the focus positive. Analytics is never about the monitoring or punishment, it's about the support, growth, and improvement. When students understand that, they start appreciate the data journey with you. Definitely. Okay, let's talk about the top risks and mitigations. Of course, every innovation has challenge, and the first risk about is the students' distrust. If the students feel the data might be misused, may be disengaged, so it will be just not good for them. The best solution is the clear communication. Explain how analytics support learning, and always share example that how it has helped in the past. Also, the second risk is the false positive. It's mean the analytics may flag a student incorrectly. That's that's why human validation is crucial. I mentioned it before that if you are using any kind of a tool, any kind of the tool means now we are mostly using some of the artificial intelligence tool or embedded artificial generative AI tools, and even the other tools which are just you can say the normal tools even have the combinations with the artificial intelligence. So you need to be revise your data by yourself, because when we talk about these kind of the tools, there is some chances of false positive kind of things. So, for example, a student may have a low participation due to illness or network issue, so that could be changed the complete perspective. And we talk about the last risk, that is the data silos. That is the when information is just scattered across platform using integrated systems or standards like XAPI can help bring everything together. This give a complete accurate picture of student learning and avoid the fragmentation decisions as well. So let me wrap up this session like this, that when we look back on everything we have covered, that the first key idea is that the data help teachers act at the right time. Okay, the learning analytics allow us to notice pattern early instead of reacting late. For example, if the student participation drops before midterm, we can reach out immediately rather than waiting for the final grades. Timely awareness lead to timely support. The second key point we have, that the small data can make a big difference. How? Like, you don't need to be complex model to start. Just tracking three simple things: attendance, submission time, and quiz scores can already reveal the meaningful insight in front of you. For instance, you might discover that the students who submit work early tend to earn higher grades. And finally, the teaching with data doesn't replace human care, that it enhances it. Number tells you what, but teacher understand why together. That creates the balance. Just you can say that one message supported by the real evidence can motivate a struggling learner for more than grade alone ever could. Okay, now we need to be start with the simple and very measurable things. Data without the context is noise. Learning analytics add judgments and responsibility as well. So here's the one, my favorite reminder, that the data without context is noise, but you get from it. That data is without any context. We can say this is just a wastage of just covering the Excel sheets and like this. But learning analytics had judgments and responsibility in it. It means that the data by itself isn't meaningful. We give it meaning through our interpretations and our actions as a teachers. So if the data shows student logging in only once a week, we shouldn't assume they are lazy. Maybe they are working part-time or just facing some connectivity issues, but we need to be figured out what actually the issue behind it. Thank you so very much. I hope I explained well. I just give you a different tools, ideas, actually the real world implementations and adoption picture in front of you, and also actually how analytics, which is just a one tab, you consider that okay, there is a one course in a Blackboard, there is a one tab which is related to activity report, there's a one graph, and that's it. No, we need to make that graph in turns into a sum of decisions not only for the